Stop scrolling for a second. Nobody talks about this part of self-improvement. Everybody loves the glow up they see on social media, whether this is the money, the flashy cars, the discipline, and shoot, even the mindset. But nobody tells you what it costs. Because at some point in time, you're going to look around and realize the people you started with, whether this was from high school, elementary school, middle school, college, those aren't the people you're supposed to finish with. They're not going to be there at the finish line. And that's exactly what happened to me. Now, this isn't one of those fake, I'm better than everyone else videos. This is real because these weren't random people in my life. These were my day ones, the people I grew up with, the people who knew me before anything, people who were there when I had nothing. And I didn't just wake up one day and cut them out of my life. It was gradual, uncomfortable, and honestly, it still sits with me sometimes. But I'm going to break down exactly what changed, what I started noticing, and why I had to make that decision of cutting people out of my life. Because if you're on this exact journey of trying to better your life right now, I'm sure you are going to face the same thing. Now, what starts changing? And at first, honestly, nothing feels different when you're around people. And truly, this is just perspective. You're still going to feel like the same person, whether you have the same humor, your same mindset, the same loyalty to that friend group. But then you start having this outer body experience where you gain perspective. You begin to start growing and wanting to grow. For me, this looked like taking my career seriously. I knew I was a senior in high school, probably not hanging around the best crowd of people. And I knew I wanted to do better in this life. I wanted to have a good life, something stable. So I enlisted in the military. I was maybe one of 315 kids who actually enlisted in the military in my graduating class. And then I went to college. Again, I was maybe part of the 40% who went to college. And then I began getting disciplined with my money. Instead of just buying booze or vapes or jewels or tobacco and spending my money on stupid clothes that nobody even cared about, I started really just thinking about what can I do to make my money grow? And I began thinking long term instead of just day to day. And that's when the disconnect starts, because growth changes your priorities. While you're focused on building something for yourself, creating a future, and becoming someone better, some people around you, they're still going to be focused on the short-term fun, the parties, the girls, whatever it may be, the comfort, staying exactly the same. And here's the problem. They don't always say anything, but you start to feel it. Now, the signs you can't ignore. There were a few moments where it kind of hit me like a train, and it was the subtle hate. And this is not your obvious hate, but these are the small comments, the small chirps your friends are making. You've changed. You think you're better now. You're doing too much. Now, we hear this constantly, but that stuff sounds small, but it honestly stacks on you. Because real friends, true people who actually care about you, they're not going to feel threatened by your growth. The energy shift. Have you ever walked into a room and you just feel like you don't belong there anymore? You have the same exact people, the same environment, but your mindset is somewhere else than everyone else in that room. You begin to start realizing the conversations feel repetitive. Your goals don't align, and you're just forcing conversation. Now, that's a dangerous place to be, because now you're choosing between comfort versus growth. They don't support the new you. This is the biggest one. Everybody supports you until you start doing better. Then it becomes jokes, the doubt, the silence. And that's when it really hit me. Not everyone is meant to come with you to the finish line. The internal conflict. This was the hardest part, because nobody prepares you for the guilt. You begin to start thinking, am I fake for changing? Am I abandoning the closest people in my life? Or am I wrong for wanting more in this life? And here's the truth. You're not wrong, but it does feel wrong, because loyalty gets confused with stagnation. You think being loyal means staying the same, staying close no matter what, never evolving past people. But real loyalty is becoming the best version of yourself, even if that means growing in a different direction. Why I ghosted? I didn't make a big announcement. I didn't argue. I didn't cut people off in a dramatic way. I just moved different. I stopped showing up to certain environments. Those Fridays, those Saturdays, going out at 9 p.m. at night and then staying all the way till 4 o'clock in the morning, I stopped showing up. Those kickbacks where you're just getting obliterated and blackout drunk, I stopped showing up. And I just stopped engaging in the same conversations. And I focus on building my life. And naturally, distance just happens. And that's the part people don't understand. Sometimes you don't just cut people off. You just outgrow the space you shared. And if they're not growing with you, that gap, it just gets even bigger. Now, here's what I've learned. You can love people and still outgrow them. You can respect your past without living in it. And you can want more for your life without apologizing for it. Because at the end of the day, nobody is going to build your future for you. It's only you. And if you stay in environments that don't align with where you're going, you're choosing comfort over potential. If you're going through this right now, I need you to understand something. You're not alone. And you're not wrong for wanting a better life and evolving. But you do need to be honest with yourself. Look around you. Look at your circle. Look at your daily habits. Look at your direction and ask, are the people around me helping me grow? Or are they keeping me the same? If this hits you, subscribe. Because my channel, it's not about motivation. It's just about real conversations that people avoid. Anyways, like I said, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one.